Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for the delay. Just a bit over 6:30 at kick-off time. My name Chris Watson. Privileged to be here this evening as your virtual selling and auctioneer. Of course, I'm joined by some of the Ray White Ringwood team, including the lovely Hayley Meakin, who's agreed to stay back and help us pencil for tonight's auction. And, of course, the marketing agent, Josh Berkery, who's been handling your questions and queries regarding today's auction. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today's auction will be conducted in accordance with any rules that are made available before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting any late bids or offers for the property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. What that means, in layman's terms, I'm going to give everyone an ample warning. First call, second call, third and final call. But when the gavel falls, all over, red over. Can't take any late bids or offers past that point. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind everyone, if you are the highest bidder and we are below the reserve price, that is a wonderful, wonderful position to be in, because what that means is that you close the door on all the other bidders, all the other interests that we've got in the property. Josh assures me there are plenty of people that want to put offers in after auction, can't bid under auction conditions, but if you are the highest bidder, what that means is you close the door on them. You get sole rights to negotiate with the vendor. In the land of auctions, if you want to be first, you really do have to be last. Of course, the vendors, they do have a reserve price as auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids and prohibits bidders attempting to stop other bidders from bidding. The law does provide fines for this conduct. The rules, they do vendor bids. I make it really, 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 really simple and really, 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 really obvious. If I'm going to make a bid on behalf of the vendor, in fact, I will make it so simple and so obvious, I'll even use those words, vendor bid by law. Only I, as the auctioneer, may make a vendor bid. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of housekeeping things before we get underway. So there are three ways that you can bid here this evening. Option number one, if you can bid like you would on the street, you can put your hand up, you can yell out your bid. I will see you, I will hear you. Of course, for you to be able to do that, you must have your camera and your microphone turned on, or we won't see and we won't hear you. That's the first way. The second way, I know that some of the buyers might be on the phone with Josh and some of the team out the back. So you can verbalise your bid to the agents on the phone and they can bid on your behalf. The third option, which is probably the way that I would recommend, it does seem to work well. We've been doing these online auctions for, well, over 2 years now because of COVID. So, but the third option is in the chat function. So down the bottom right of your screen, you'll see the two little people, the number 12. That is how many people are on tonight's meeting. Next to that is what looks like a page or a speech bubble. You click on that, that brings up the in-call messages or the chat function. So what you're able to do is you can type your bid in. It'll pop up on the screen. Just bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, my job this evening as the auctioneer is to guide you where you need to be to help you bid and buy this wonderful property. So just keep an ear out. Make sure we're accepting that offer or that bid. Make sure we're not seeking another amount. Well, as we sell it, as I said, by public auction, to call for a 10% deposit upon signing of the contract with balance to be paid at settlement in 90 to 120 days time. And what a fantastic offering that we have for you this evening. 851 square metres of the finest soil that Croydon has on, off walking distance, of course, to the Croydon main street with all the cafes and restaurants and shops in there, the redevelopment going on in the supermarket. Of course, you've got the train station just further along that, right next to parks and schools, primary, secondary, public, and private. Location. It doesn't get any better than here they are, the first three rules of real estate. The property itself, 4 bedrooms, plus study, not including study, plus study, 2 bathrooms, weatherboard character home, multiple living areas, gorgeous al fresco area, perfect for entertaining, flowing out off the kitchen. It's a wonderful property for anyone that likes a barbecue or having friends or family over. Large kitchen, as I said, there it is, the al fresco area, right on cue. It's a wonderful property in a wonderful location in a wonderful suburb, as evidenced in the interest and the participants that we have here tonight and all the interest of people that Josh has been dealing throughout the campaign. Well, I think that's enough out of me. I'll throw it over to you. 41 Fortuna Avenue in Croydon. Where do we start? What's it worth? been calling auctions, ladies and gentlemen, for about 10 years. It still, to this day, amazes me the respect of buyers. It seems to be whenever I call for that opening bid, all the buyers, they give a moment's silence for the passing of the vendor's property. Every auction that seems to happen. At moments past, however, now's the time to bid and buy. Silence not golden when it comes to the land of auction. I'm happy to start it on a vendor bid if you like. Just means you got a bid over the top. Where do we go? Opening bidder offer, get me underway. We can start anywhere you like. As they say, it's not the first bid that matters, it's the last bid. That's the one they'll write in the paper on Sunday. Well, I'll kick it off with me, the vendor. Why not? Vendor bid, 800,000, nice, gentle number there. I think we can all agree there's a hell of a lot of real estate here for that price. $800,000, jump on in. 800 with me, the vendor will take me 10 in time. Let's go 810. $800,000 bid now, can we bid it off in here at 800,000? 800 the bid now, we're having 810, I search. 800 the bid now, can we bid off in here at 800? Nice, round number, $800,000, jump on in, get a call 3 times. $800,000. First call with me, the vendor. Second call, $800,000. Nice and even. Hell of a lot of real estate here for that price. Third, final time at $800,000. Jump on in. Just want to remind the registered interest in the online tonight. If we pass the property in on a vendor bid, what that means is that you, the bidders, have no advantage at all. It means we'll take your offer, the other offers after auction, you throw them in the hat, put them in the envelope, take them around the vendor, they'll pick the best one. You have no influence on that. If you want to negotiate exclusively with the vendor, you want to close the door, you've got to bid. Otherwise, no advantage. Deal with everyone. Everyone gets a look in. Not sure, but if I was looking to buy a property, I'd like to buy with less buyers than more buyers. That'd be my strategy, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a real estate agent. $800,000, clearly bid and offer now. Call it 3 times, 810, jump on in. Interested registered parties on the property. $800,000 now, 810, I search. First call, 800,000. Second call, 800,000, clearly bid and offered. Third, final time at $800,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what this is referred to as a bit of the halftime break. So we're going to press pause on the auction, going to go speak to the owners, give everyone a moment to take their breath, and then we'll be back before you can say cat in a hat. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm sure we can appreciate it's a big decision buying and selling of real estate. Well, for those that joined us, bids at 800,000, they're going to call it 3 times. $800,000, jump on in if you like. First call, second call, third and final time, $800,000. Well, clear instructions from the vendor. I'm going to put another vendor bid at 850,000. 850,000 to call it 3 times. First call, 850,000 with me, the vendor. Second call, third, final time, $850,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we say, auctions are a process. They're not an event. So what we're going to do, we're going to move into our final stage here of the campaign. If you have interest in the property, reach out to Josh. Plenty of interest. I know that Josh has people. We call it conditional interest, hoping that this exact thing happened and it didn't sell at auction. Now they're going to put their offers in. So if you have interest in the property, reach out to Josh, because I'm sure next time you drive down Fortuna Avenue, you're going to see a big soul sticker up at number 41. Thank you very much for coming. Merry Christmas. We hope to see you at the next Ray White Ringwood auctions.